Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we are going to talk about how to deal with your insecurities. I'm here with Pat, a dating coach from Vienna.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yes, hello, Pat. And we're going to talk about your insecurities or insecurities that people have in general. So looks, money, height, status, childhood drama, or whatever it is.
All insecurities, everything.
And we're talking about everything that is holding you back with women. So, or your success with women. So what I want to do is that we start with a little introduction of Pat. So you just tell something about you, then I'm telling something about me, and then we dive right into the topic.
Okay, yo, what's up, guys? My name is Pat, founder of Well Intentions, dating coach since 2019, based in beautiful Vienna, Austria. And yeah, I feel a little bit tired today after pulling from yesterday, but I hope that I can still provide you with the best value as always, as in usual manner. You know from me, I have my YouTube channel as well called Well Intentions, my free secret Facebook group called Well Intentions with reports, articles, guys written by me. Also, you can find breakdowns from start to finish. So yeah, make sure to join my Facebook group as well as Phil's Facebook group, and everything will be in the links down below. And also add me give me a friend request, old school way, Facebook on my dating profile called Pat Veiled Intentions, of course. And you see all my credentials there, girl stories, etc. And yeah, I don't want to brag, just let the shit speak for itself. And yeah, man, thanks for the invitation, by the way. And actually wanted to do another topic. We wanted to talk about another topic, but then I saw one of Phil's videos. I saw some videos. I prepared myself, and also I saw one video which was very, like, he talked about how tall he is, his height, and he said he's only like 164 centimeters, and I was like, damn, this guy seems so huge to me, you know, because of his charisma, because of everything, and the girls are fascinated by his charisma. And I was like, you know what, let's do a video about change the topic completely, do a video about insecurities. For myself, I'm 188 centimeters, so many guys will tell now, oh, there's a model looking guy, good looking guy, but trust me, we will crush many limited beliefs of young guys, also of the black pill community in general. And yeah, you will find out that each of us had a very hard start where we are now, you know. And yeah, I'm passing the ball back to Phil.
Yeah, so like you can see, I'm the small little ginger, and this is the model looking guy, Patrick. And I think we both have success with women if we want. We both started from a very low point, and now we are both confident guys. So yeah. So what we're going to do today is that we talk about all the insecurities that we've been dealing with. My story, like when I started learning success with women, when I started how to become confident, I really had bad issues because of my skin color. And yeah, I thought I have to be like Patrick, basically black hair, and I need to have a tan, so I'm good looking. And Patrick, also, you didn't feel really good looking.
Actually, I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I always had the feeling like I was always the tallest guy in the room, you know, in the class, and was mocked because I'm tall, and I was always very angry to myself, and very sad that I'm this tall. I always wanted to be like 170, like 175 centimeters, or maximum 180, and yeah. I had many insecurities because of this. You won't believe that. And yeah, I was not confident at all.
Yeah, and that also shows that it's all in your head, right? Because he had issues, or he's having issues because he's too tall, and I had issues because I'm too small. So
that was a good rhyme.
Yeah, I should become a rapper now. And yeah, it's funny when you say that, because I also have a friend, and not my friend anymore, but a friend from the past, basically. He was always like, if you look at it, his body language is like this, because he's too tall. So you would be standing around like this, right? Like a T-Rex.
I mean, you can especially see that with women. Like when women are tall, that's something different, you know. And a guy can never be too tall, or there are some extremes. But if a woman is tall, then this is very, very hard for them. And you often see women like this, or they don't never wear high heels and wearing those ballerina shoes, you know, to really look smaller even. But
and I think women also have these kind of issues. So it's not only you, it's everyone, woman, man, and everything else. And so basically if a girl is too tall, it's really, really bothering them, right?
Yeah, we wanted to dig deeper. Like we wanted to dig deep into our personal stories. I think this have never been done in that way, where people are really, or dating coaches, going really into depth of their insecurities and personal stories, sharing personal stories. So we would appreciate as well in the comments if you would drop your personal stories there as well, and would watch the video till the end, because we're gonna open up here.
Yeah, exactly. Let us know in the comments what your issues are, what your insecurities are, or also any other questions that you're having about the topic. And then we'll do our best to answer that. All right, so Patrick, let us know how and why did you start to improve yourself, or what was the main thing why you started, or how did you know about all this? How did you start to develop yourself and become confident and good?
Yeah, I mean, guys will wonder why we are getting that much back into our past, into our childhood traumas, childhood lives. But actually, everything we talk has an effect to our or your dating life today as a mature man, because everything dates back to your insecurities from the past, you know. And for me, it was as well. Like I moved here to Austria when I was 5. I was born in Hungary, and I didn't speak the language. I was like, I spent some time in kindergarten there and some time in kindergarten here, and it was like very. It wasn't easy back in the days. I was one of the like 1 or 2 foreigners in the whole class, and it started from an early age. You know, like childs can be very cruel. They can mock you, and they if you can't speak the language, you know, this is like really something which, as a child, starts to really bother you and get inside your head, you know. And what I did later on is I started to read books. I started to read novels and extended my language, my German language, to really show everybody, you know. And I always had this never give up mentality, which will come back later, because I think this is very, very important to always show everybody that I can do better, really. And at the end of the day, like I was the only one who made it to high school. I think it's called high school in. I mean, when you like after ground school, I was the only one who made it into a like into the high school, you know, and so I was basically
high school, whatever.
So I was basically showing everybody and also myself that I can do it, you know. And back then, I had many insecurities. I was too shy because I didn't know the language to even ask in the school, in the class, to go to the toilet. You know, I was like, I rather would piss myself in my pants than ask the teacher to allow me to go to the toilet, because I was that shy, you know. And many things. Also, I remember my first love. I was like 11, 12 years old. I was in the same class with her, and 2 years spent together, I didn't have the balls to approach her. 2 years in the same class, I didn't have the balls to approach her. I was checking
I know that.
I was checking the horoscopes every day, like the horoscope. You know, I knew everything about her birthday, her favorite dish, and all shit. You know, and she probably didn't even know that I was in the same class with her. You know, she probably didn't know who I am. Like when you would make like remake my life, it would be, I think, the video to the song "Teenage Dirtbag." You know this song?
Yeah.
This was my life basically, yeah. But without a happy end, of course, that early. And afterwards, I somehow then had like gained all my balls together to approach her. And I remember she was doing I don't know how it's called, but she was talking about the book Spiders. And I went there and I approached her. Hey, can I borrow your book? I'm interested. And she was like, here, and threw it to me. And I was like, fuck, I felt like I had something about like a piece of her heart in my hands or something, you know. And at the end of the day, she went together with the bad boy of our class, like the bad guy of our class. And this is really crushed my feelings, crushed my whole reality. And I always thought like, girls want the nice guy, you know. They want the nice person, they want the nice guy, the guy who is who has good manners, well educated, and everything like that. And also, I was always told, do your education, do your become, yeah, finish your university and everything, and then girls will come, you know, by themselves. And I was always thinking, okay, girls will knock on the door, like the, I don't know, witness of Jehovah's, and
Yeah.
come and say, oh, I want to meet Pat, this great guy. And I think
Yeah.
you had it as well, Phil.
Yeah,
How
there are
your
so
story?
many. Funny that you say that, because there are so many guys that say, "Yeah, once I get the job, once I finished university, once I get the money, once I get the good clothes, once I finish my whatever, once I have my driving license, right? Then they say I'm going to start to get girls, as if it changes anything."
Mm,
So they're always related to conditions, basically, that are kind of outside of their control, and they think that if they achieve something, or if they have a good job, if they have more money, if they look better or whatever, then they can start getting the girls, which is so stupid. But
the funny thing, yeah,
go ahead.
the funny thing was always that I was always a decent looking guy, but I never had success with women, like not at all, you know, nothing. I remember this was later. Had I was good looking, and I was discovered even at McDonald's, ironically, by a model agent.
Yeah.
And I worked as a male model for only like one campaign, um, because of my looks, because I had the height, because I had the looks, because I had the six pack and everything. And but I never got laid, never. You know, so that crushes many black pill dudes reality now, that even a guy with a six pack doesn't get laid, you know. And I had everything, and I still couldn't get laid. And there I saw those female models who were modeling like real professionals. I was there only for one campaign, as I said, but they were like these established female models. And at the end of the day, like when they finished their catwalk, and their boyfriends were short, fat guys. Like they didn't have a six pack at all. They didn't have muscles at all. They had nothing really. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I was like, okay, you know what? I think those guys, they have money. So the next step was, you know, and I always set myself those highest, I don't know, like those, as Phil said, okay, now it's about getting a good car. And ironically, there was this friend of mine who was driving Audis, BMWs, Mercedes, only those cars, and he also never got laid. And he was even not bad looking as well, you
Yeah.
know. And I was always like, I don't know, I made all those were like basically self excuses somehow.
Yeah.
And yeah, also because there was also a funny story back in the days. I was so insecure about my own body, even though I really was well trained. I don't know if I will find a picture from back in the days. I can put it up here. But I never, and there were my girlfriends. I never had sex without a t-shirt. I always wore the t-shirt. I never undressed myself completely, because I was that insecure that I wasn't in shape, you know. And it was so weird, really. I
Yeah.
had my, okay, the socks and the t-shirt on, and just unzipped my pants, and that's how I had sex, because I was so insecure in my own body, you know. I was like, oh, I'm not in shape, I'm not I don't have I don't know, less fat percentage or whatever. And I felt so insecure. Also afterwards, when I went to the club, it was one of those rare occasions when I went to the clubs, um, like in my early days, like 2021. And I had to convince friends, you know, basically to go with me to the club. Hey man, can we go to the club please, just for a few hours? Basically I was going to a club like once per month, I don't know how you started, or did you start with day game or like during the day or?
How did I start it? I think I never approached a girl until after high school. When I
Yeah,
lost
me,
my
me, me neither. Yeah, me neither.
yeah, when I lost my virginity, some girl hit me up on Quick. There
Okay.
was some funny social media back then, but yeah, she hit me up. She was super hot as well with like big tits and everything.
Mm.
But that
I also,
was
I also, I also started with day game actually and online game, but another story. Club game came really late because I always had this massive fear of in the club, the competition. Every man that was like more like I felt really not comfortable in my own skin, especially in the club where you had
yeah,
like all those good looking dudes like tanned, and this was the style back in the days, like tanned, wearing those neon t-shirts or whatever, and I always felt like a big loser there. So every time we had those rare occasions going to the club, which was like once per month, I prepared my clothes 1 week before, like a female, really. I, Looking back to this, I feel like a girl. Like I prepared those clothes, like jeans I bought extra for going out, a t-shirt I bought extra, everything was prepared, underwear, matching underwear with, it was really ridiculous. It was crazy. And at the end, we just, yeah, I was standing in the club in the corner. That's it. That was the big occasion of going out. And I even canceled sometimes when like everything had to be perfect. I had when one hair was not like apart from the others. I was like, oh, I feel insecure. I don't want to go out today. Or when I had a pimple or whatever, you know. And
yeah.
now it completely changed. I mean, I having the same fucking t-shirt for like Friday, Saturday. And yeah, still crushing it. And yeah, that's how I was back in the days.
Yeah, nice. We have a lot of things in common, I think, when you say stuff like that. Um, yeah, when I started game or when I made the decision to learn game or to learn social skills, to learn confidence and everything, I was like fucked up, right? My entire mind, I was so sad, I was so depressed because I was in love with two girls. I don't call names here. Maybe they fall in love with me then now. But they were hot back then, but I don't think they're so hot anymore, right? Because it's 10 years now. And yeah, I was in love with two girls when 17, with 17 and 18. I kissed both of them, but they either friends on me or it kind of fell apart because I was too stupid to act normal after you kissed. And
Mm.
so I was super depressed. And then I moved to Australia. And that's actually when I learned to do day game. And then I think my my first approach was this girl, and I read this pickup line in some book, and I asked her because she was smoking weed, and I asked her, "Hey, are you a drug dealer?" And she's like, "Haha, no," and she laughed, and that was like my first success. And she was also that rich girl or that rich yeah, she was a super rich girl and the daughter of a scaffolder, of a super rich scaffolder in Great
Mm-hmm.
Britain. And then she bought clothes for me. she bought everything for me. She bought me Powerade. And yeah, it was kind of funny because then I kind of knew, okay, this thing kind of works. And then I really quickly had my first successes with girls. And then I knew that you can actually learn that. But I was still kind of insecure at that time. But what I think, what it really comes down to, and you can probably agree, that you just have to make a decision, right? You have to make a decision that you want to learn this and that you want to get good at this and that you want to become the best at it. So then your looks, your money, your height, your childhood drama, your everything does not matter anymore.
Of course, I mean, I was never popular in school. Um, this was like I had no friends, zero friends. Always the guy sitting in
Mm-hmm.
the last row. I had one friend who was mocked even harder than me because, yeah, and I was never popular. I was drafted the last in any sports. Like I was always overlooked. Nobody like really even recognized me that I'm there actually, and
Yeah.
this came to so far that I really wanted. So I thought about committing suicide. I was really thinking about because everybody tells you that if you're young, you have your best life, you know, as a child.
Yeah.
And I was like, when my life looks like this now, when they say this is my best life, what will come afterwards, you know? And I was like, when this is my best life and afterwards it get even shittier, then I don't want to hold on to this even anymore, you know?
Yeah.
And this was very harsh. It's not about like females. I didn't even have normal male friends, nobody, you know? And I always saw the other guys like being so successful and try to imitate them and try to be like them. And there was a phase where I transferred from this shy guy when I was like 15, yeah, like kind of 15, 16, into this class clown, you know. I wanted to entertain the class, basically, to in secret hope to get their attention somehow, you know, to be recognized and be a
Yeah.
part of them, be a part of the cool ones. But not even that helped. And yeah, maybe you had it, you had it similar, you had a similar story.
Yeah, it's funny because I always, I was not, I wouldn't say I was unpopular in school. I was actually popular, but I thought I would never ever deserve a girl. So I had a big social circle and I was invited to birthday, but I was always like the funny guy, class clown kind of thing. And if a girl would say, "Hey, do you want to come to my place? We're having a party there," or "Do you want to come with me to my place?" I would be like, "Oh no, thank you," because I was just like so insecure and I never thought that I deserve a girl or even thought that a girl is actually interested in me. That was so out of my reality, right? And as soon as a girl walked by or I met a girl that I was super attracted to, I could make her like me, but never in a romantic way or in a sexual way or something, or that something would develop from their relationship,
Yeah.
whatever.
And I think basically as a class clown, they just use you for entertaining. And
yeah, and then they say, "You're so funny." Yeah. But still, it's actually good later to learn game then when you are the class clown because you kind of get used to being the center of attention and everything. You don't
basically
care so much.
socializing, and you can talk at least.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. And yeah, anything else that you want to add to that, or?
I mean, yeah, I have so many stories, man. This would be like I would write a book or something. But
Yeah.
anyway, for me it was like a total opposite. You know, I was never popular at all. Never been invited to a party, nothing. And I remember after my high school degree, everybody went to Turkey or was it Croatia? You know, to party like X Jam, partying their degree. You know what I did? I went home and played Football Manager. That's it.
And jerked off.
Yeah, that's it. Really, that's what I did. That's how I celebrated my high school degree because I had nobody. Others went partying, others lived their life, and I went home the same day and played Football Manager. Switched between Football Manager and Medieval Total War. It's a strategy game. That's how my life was. And as I said, I had so much thoughts about really not going, like really ending this, that
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, either I have to do something or that's it really, but I don't want to continue like this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Because and actually what saved me, and many people will disagree now, and it's not like ego is the enemy, but it's actually the total opposite. Actually, it was my ego which saved my life basically, and which really gave me the push to really do something, because I was always thinking I'm fucking too good to have no success at all. Look at these other fuckers. They don't look that good. They are not that well educated. They are not that, you know, I had this ego. I was like, they're not better than me. So
Yeah.
I want to show them, that I can fucking do it as well. And then I went on the internet as well. I think it was like their best back in the days. There were some, like, I was like, we're the same age. I'm 30 and you're 29, you said.
Yeah.
So back in the days, it was like more like forums, you know, and pickup forum.de, or like German pickup forum or whatever. And I was Googling basically like questions to ask a girl. This was
Yeah.
like, I think it was like 100 questions or 50 questions to ask a girl, because I never knew how to communicate with a girl. You know, it was like so strange to approach a girl and even to talk to her. and I had so many
As if they would
insecurities.
be aliens, right? You
Yeah,
think you have to do super crazy shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I also started with learning pickup routines and learning lines, learning all that. And I went out on the out on the street and in nightclubs, and I tried these and that routines, or I told certain stories. And yeah, it's just not necessary. Just have to become confident. I mean, you said the outer game, so the things you say are going to help you
Yeah.
to also fix like your inner issues, like your insecurities and
I'm
everything.
I'm a
Can
strong
you
believer
explain
of
that?
that as well. That outer game fixes your inner game issues. Like I'm not a fan, and I tried. Trust me, I experienced. I came from the very bottom, and I know how it is to really having nothing and nobody. And there are so many like those self-help woo-woo coaches, and with no practical, like no credential, no practical tips, nothing. And as I said to Phil earlier before, it's like an energy drink. It boosts you a little bit, but then the crushes are even harder than before, you know. And basically, I'm a strong believer, as I said, that outer game, and this is what helped me personally, outer game solved my inner game issues. Outer game means it's not fixing it in 1 second, of course. Everything takes very much. You see, for example, people, I don't know, LeBron James playing basketball, Kobe Bryant who played basketball very on a top level, and you think like, or skateboarding, and you think like, okay, jump on a skateboard, I can do it as well. And then you realize that it's fucking hard. It looks so easy in the videos, also with good coaches, good dating coaches. It looks so easy in field, you know, when you talk with girls, it's so easy, but it's years and years of experience, really.
Yeah,
And you will have many fallbacks, and every time it drags you back to your reality, your old reality. And you will think, and I had this many times, I was like, okay, now I want to quit. I'm not born for this somehow.
oh
And I
yeah,
was like, fall back, and then like a boxer, got knocked out, stood up again, knocked out. And it took me long because I had no mentors, I had nobody, you know. I figured shit out all by myself. And that's, I mean, that's now your big chance for the guys, for the young guys now, that you have so much things. You have Phil's YouTube channel, you have all the good YouTube channels out there, you know, all the good Facebook groups out there, and you can really improve quickly and get the right mentors, get the right dating coaches, get a boot camp with the right people, and improve this, what took years for me. And I
yeah,
remember the first 2 years I had no sexual encounters at all, not even a hand job, nothing, when I learned game. I mean, I wasn't that mass approaching. I approached maybe one girl once a week, you know, when there was like, I really had to bring all my self-esteem together somehow. Even if this guy was a kind of a male model, you know, I didn't have the balls to approach a girl still. And yeah, um, as I said, this took very long, you know, many fallbacks, many rejections.
yeah. Yeah, same for me. It also took very long. Also, I mean, what I did at one when I started, right?
Mm.
I was insecure because of my height, and I was insecure because of my skin color. So I would take the inside of wooden brown pants, put it into water, and then fake tan myself.
Fuck.
and then I would walk around, and the girls would see it. They would be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" And yeah, and after a few times when they realized that I'm having fake tan, I felt crushed. Like I went home and I was
Mm.
crying, and then I just said, man, I don't care anymore. I don't care if I'm not good looking. I don't care if I'm not big or tall or whatever. But I'm going to start to get this sorted. I'm going to become confident. I'm going to get the hottest girls out there. And then I just went through the motions, right? You approach, you fail, you approach, you fail,
But
you
you have been already in game before, as you said.
excuse me?
You have been already in game before, and then you had still your insecurities. You knew how to approach, but you still had those insecurities, as you said. Or
No, when I mean, I made that decision that I want to become good at this when
mm,
after I got rejected and friend zoned by two different girls. And then I moved to Australia, and that's when all of this started. But the decision has to become first, or the decision has to come first that you want to get good at this, right? Because when you made a decision and you make the decision that you're never ever going to quit, then that's where the fun basically starts. That's what I would say. And
I just wanted for the listeners, you know, to get some feelings. Okay, what was the age, or how long did it get?
18, 19. 18, 19. And because I felt so lost at my place, or where I was like in the middle of Germany somewhere. And then I just said, yeah, I gotta move locations. I've got to start a new life. I have to become independent. You know, I have to become a real man. I have to make my own money. And yeah, that's how it all started. And then I just kept progressing. I was staying at hostels in Australia. I was traveling. I became more confident. I had girls. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually, the first girl that I've been with in Australia, we had sex in a shower, which was kind of funny in a hostel. And I've been taking like videos and pictures and everything. And I was so proud of myself. And I thought, whoa, yeah, I did it. I'm a player now, you know. And yeah, there was the time when I really felt that you can learn this, you can do this. And then that's when I discovered like the community, and with all the Facebook groups, the YouTube channel from RSD back then. And when you've been watching all the infields, you could just, what are they saying? What are they doing? And I've been writing down everything, every single pickup line, everything they say, everything they do, how they do it. And I've been watching all the content. And then I made like my own script, you know, and I developed it, and what to say, what are the girls reacting to, what are not reacting to. And also having like on your phone, you can have like, you know down what you've been. Infield means in the field. So when you go out and talk to girls in nightclubs or in bars or on parties or whatever, and when you do that, then it's a lot of fun. And then it doesn't even matter if you're getting so many results, but just the good reactions from girls, or the reaction in itself that they don't ignore you anymore, then that's what really feels great, right?
I mean, you have to be aware always as well, because I think I see so many guys, you know, the guys who are starting and they're so shy and so insecure, and suddenly they move to the other extreme, where they're like watching something flashy and going with this high energy, become really these robotic weirdos, you know, and can't read through people that have zero empathy, zero social intelligence, and somehow become from this shy guy to this really extreme, who goes there, I don't know, approaches a couple and a guy who is like twice his size, and then he wonders why he's getting like, I don't know, punched, then stuff like that. But as I said, I was never this guy jumping into the extreme. I was really when I saw materials and I watched, like, I learned from Mystery, Neil Strauss, David D'Angelo back then, like all these things basically written down. I was always clever enough to really figure out, okay, what is for me and what is not fitting me, you know. And this is what I wanted to talk about as well. Like, girls can see still, even if you come with your pickup lines or whatever. And this is a thing which is so much.
They look through you. They screen
you. Yeah,
they
look through you, and this is what so much. That's why pickup in general is so badly viewed by the media, because they always think like, oh, there's magical lines or whatever, and those guys think as well. But at the end of the day, the girls can see through you, you know, when they see still this insecure guy, which you are, even though you have like those lines and you stole some lines from, I don't know, the videos, but you don't own it. Means your character, your persona is not congruent with what you say or how you're acting. And this comes as well with the peacocking stuff, you know, peacocking, I don't know, with your fingernails or a pink scarf or whatever. And that's why you're getting so many shit tests. And I never get actually shit tests anymore, I don't see it even as shit tests when I'm getting something. But back in the days, I got so many shit tests, and I figured out why. Because girls knew that this is not my real persona, you know. They wanted to test me if this is really this cool guy or he's just acting, you know. And I had as well, like, I don't know, flashy t-shirts or whatever, or I don't know, my haircut or stuff like that. And they always try to give me so many shit tests. And I was like, fuck, what should I? And then, okay, I could answer to those shit tests. But still, there were so many. And at the end of the day, I knew, because it wasn't congruent, you know?
That's very true. That's very true. The shit test, I don't see shit test anymore. I see it as normal conversation, right? Because when you hit a certain level in game, the girl is not shit testing you. They maybe say, are you doing this to all the girls?
Yeah, I mean, but what I mean with shit, yeah, that's but this is like more a flirty line. I don't view it as shit test at all. But what I view it like as real shit test is mocking or kind of shit testing your looks. You know what I got back in the days. Oh, you wear this T-shirt, or is it for females as well? Or oh, I see your, I don't know what, jewelries or whatever, or hairstyle. You know, those based on your looks shit tests, the real shit tests. And as I said, you're not congruent, and they can see through insecurities.
Yeah, that's true. That's right. Yeah, the girls look through you. So it also takes a little bit of time until you get used to talking to girls, you get used to their reactions, you get used to good reactions as well, because sometimes you just can't believe it that they like you, right? In the beginning. You go up, you talk, and then she likes you, and you're like, what?
So, and I wanted to ask you as well, Phil, what were like the two attributes, or like two, I don't know, if you have, or you can name even more, or maybe just only one, which is very important to you, but what changed really your limited beliefs, or what do you think is really, like, when you could talk to your younger self back in the days, what would you tell your younger self? What is the most important thing to your insecurities?
That's funny, because a student asked me that yesterday, and I didn't really have an answer, or like immediate answer. But what would I say? What is the most important? I would say go to the gym. Definitely go to the gym. That's like the first thing for me, that someone is working out, that they get workout, that they exercise, so they get a better mindset about themselves, that they improve every single aspect of themselves, and also do it quickly. Not slowly, but quickly, right? Go to the gym, work out, your fashion and style. You need to have kind of a good style, not like a too crazy style. And then just do the work and fail fast, I would say. I
mean, there are many things, like when it comes to looks, like, of course, if you're too short, if you're, I don't know, if you have a big nose or big ears or whatever, there are things you can't do much, you know, maybe operations, but this will cost much money. But there are things you can do, you can fix so quickly, getting a good hairstyle, you know, clothes. You don't have to be expensive ones, but just have a wardrobe which is very like representing your persona. Because for myself, I don't feel comfortable in suits, you know, and I know I don't feel comfortable. I tried it because back in the days I thought, okay, girls they want the guy with suits who wears a suit, because then I'm getting laid. And then I went to the fucking club with a suit. I felt uncomfortable, and yeah, it didn't get me anywhere as well. Now I'm wearing those shirts where I feel comfortable, and this can be Guns N' Roses t-shirts, or I don't know, some fucking heavy metal t-shirts, or whatever shit. And because I feel comfortable in them, you know, and it's not about what you're wearing, like if it's not fitting your persona as well. The same with the pickup lines. Also, if you are, for example, short, then wear shoes which are extending your height a bit. There are those, I don't know, Nike sneakers, or there are some like, or Timberlands in the winter or whatever, which gets you a few centimeters, and you gain some centimeters.
I can show you some shoes that you can wear. Wait.
Okay. Anyways, and there are many different like clothing styles. Yeah. Those shoes, for example, they gain you like 2-3 centimeters.
Like 2 centimeters, but I'm not wearing them because of the height, just because they're looking good. But yeah, you can do that. Or you work on tippy toes. No.
You can change many things actually.
Yeah, you can improve so quickly. It takes 1 or 2 days. You go shopping.
For me, I would say the never giving up mentality. This was saved my ass basically.
Yeah.
And there are many there. I mean, everything which really gets you farther will also have will come with much effort to put in, you know. If
Mm-hmm.
you want to become, I don't know, even if you want to become good at basketball, be good at drawing, uh, do you think all these professionals or people who are professionals, doesn't matter where, they took years of years and fails and to get the success at the end, you know? And what is also dangerous, and I wanted to cut in here real quick, because I said already black pill guys and black pill in general, which is very dangerous, because there is one point, and I had it many times, when I was thinking, I'm not born for this, you know. I got those rejections again. I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not born. Maybe I'm in fucking incel. Maybe I deserve to get to get a nobody, or to get ugly women or whatever. Leave it for the good looking guys, I thought. But and this is very dangerous, and you can't also deny your sexuality somehow, you know. You can't blame, this is like
Yeah.
something, a blame on others, you know. And this is in the black pill community. Oh, you have to have the looks, the perfect jawline and shit like that, and or the perfect height, or the body fat, and this and that. I mean, look at me. I was really discovered by a fucking model angel, and I still didn't get laid at all, you know. So I'm maybe a very good example for this. But also, where this can lead you is to, as I said to Phil, I remembered this guy named Elliot Roger, a killer who made a killing rampage in California in 2014, and he was as well wealthy. His father was co-directing Hunger Games. His mother was also in the film industry. This guy had money, you know. He had a wealthy background. This guy had an own car. He was like 19, driving with his own car. I don't know what car. I think a Mercedes or whatever, to school, and had everything, you know. And but still, he wasn't getting girls at all. He was 22 and he died as a virgin, and that's why he did his killing rampage as well. And did many manifestos or many videos, short videos about his life. You could find on YouTube, not anymore. But if you search deeper, you can find those videos. And the frightening thing was, and I was just checking these videos actually before we got our interview, that this guy, and I checked it back in the days as well, when this incident took place. And the frightening thing was, this guy really understood me somehow. I watched his videos, and he really spoke in a very advanced vocabulary everything I felt back then. Everything. You can check those videos that I said. I mean, this is very frightening, because he turned out to be a killer at the end, and killing like 7 people or whatever. But he had no love as well, you know. Nobody. He was mocked. He was beaten up in school, and all that he wanted is get laid, actually, getting a girl or
Yeah.
whatever. And this transferred into this hate of other people who were successful. Not only a hate towards females, but a hate towards men as well. And he spilled coffee over a couple when they were kissing and stuff like that. So this got him very lunatic. And that's why black pill like can be very dangerous. This guy was also a part of black pill communities. I think he was like back in the days, and different like pickup communities, and then he totally switched to this PUA hate communities. And oh, you don't need pickup, you don't need routines, techniques. Black pill, I'm not good looking, or whatever, and that's why I'm not getting girls. And he referenced himself even as an incel. And yeah, at the end, I think this could have been prevented by the right coaches, by the right dating coach, by a right getting a healthy like mindset through those real outer game techniques and practices. I think his life could have been got to the better, and there weren't that many deaths at the end of the day.
Yeah, yeah. And yeah, it's also really stupid to think that if you have money, if you have the looks, that you don't have to approach girls anymore. But, like, it's not going to happen. The girl is not going up to you. Never will. I thought this in my past. I thought that maybe the girls come up to me and ask me, "Hey Phil, do you want to go out with me?" But it's never ever going to happen, right? It's never going to happen. They will never come up to you. Sometimes maybe in a club or something, if she's interested in you, she's asking for a lighter or something, or kind of starts a conversation, or she's giving you signals that you approach her. But if you don't do it and you don't get the girls, and you think you don't have to put in the work, because you have to put in the work to get the really attractive girls, and you have to go up to them and talk to them. And if you don't, you get bitter, you get depressed, you you say other guys are stealing your woman.
Yeah.
Like sometimes, yeah, the Arab people are stealing our woman. The black people are stealing our
Just
woman.
blaming others, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Blaming others. And
yeah, you start blaming others, and then you get even more bitter. You get even more bitter. And what most people don't understand, if you don't have girls in your life, you don't have your shit together. It's so simple. Or if you don't have the skills to get girls, the social skills, then you don't really have your stuff together. Because
you have to work on yourself. And this is what this topic is all about, dealing with your insecurities, not blaming others for your shit, but look at yourself.
Yeah.
And ask yourself the question, do I have my shit together, you know, and also my insecurities, you know, and before even blaming somebody else, really go into the deep and really start thinking, okay, am I where I want to be, you know? And there are things, I mean, this is like the same, you can put a drug addict, you can say to a drug addict, hey, don't take drugs anymore, man, it's killing you at the end, this and that. But at the end of the day, the user himself has to wake up and say, hey, I don't want to take it. And then he goes for help. Then he asks somebody to help him. This is, you know, but you can't help him when he doesn't have this mindset. And as Phil said at the beginning, made the decision himself.
Yeah. And also you can look at it like this. So when you're starting out, when you want to learn this, when you want to become more confident in everything, you have to think, what is your circle of control? And what is the circle of no control, right? So this is the circle of your control, right? And this is the circle out of your control. So your height and your looks, how your nose looks, your ears, your eyes, your mouth, if you have your mouth like this or something, you know, you can't really change it. Maybe through a surgery, you can change certain things about your body. But if you can't change it, you have to let it go and accept it and work on all the other stuff. Because you can decide, how are you growing a beard? Are you, what kind of haircut do you want to wear? What kind of clothes do you want to wear? And then you have to accept it. And then when you have the acceptance and you know, and you control all the things that you can control, and you're not trying to change the things that you can't control anymore, that's where you can progress. Because
I mean, at the end of the day, women don't want insecure men because they're insecure themselves.
Yeah.
That's it. And they want a man who is stable, you know, who is confident himself. And that's what women want, because they're insecure themselves even more than us men. Why do you think girls making, and yesterday I just talked to a girl who just dyed her hair blonde because she said, oh, men want blonde girls, which is also not true at all.
Exactly. The girls have
depends,
exactly the same issues. They have exactly the same issues. And
actually the hottest girls are the most insecure sometimes.
Yeah.
And they look themselves, you can see, and they walk by any mirror and they just check their hair and everything again. And oh, fuck, do I look good enough? And you see all those, they have those silicone tits and lips made and everything.
That's also maybe one of the things that you said. If someone is talking bad about someone that is learning how to get girls, then they're having the insecurities themselves, right? Because you would never judge someone because he's learning how to get girls. Or people that say, yeah, man, that's cool. That's really cool that you're teaching this stuff, right? And some guys, they're like, what, you're teaching this? That's creepy as fuck. Or when they write like articles about mystery, that he's being manipulative or whatever, or that POAs are manipulative. Like, how can you be so dumb, right? If you think you can manipulate someone into bed, you're so dumb.
This is actually what I should tell the guys. Like, what if I would tell my old self, my 12-year-old, 11-year-old self, don't watch TV anymore. Like, don't watch those fucking stupid movies about girls falling in love with those guys who are nice and stuff like this, because this fucks up your whole mindset, really. And then I remember when it was like, when sex came, somehow I hit puberty, and somehow this topic sex came. When I watched the first porn, I was so crushed, really. I was crying, actually. I was like, fuck, this can't be. Or when I remember I cried even when somebody I loved, I fell in love, and she had sex with a guy, and I found out, and it really crushed my mindset. I was crying, really. I went home and cried, because
Yeah.
this was so out of my mind. And for me, it was difficult as well, because I had no females in my family, like except my mother. But I grew up without a sister. I don't have a sister, no female cousins, so I don't know how to act with females, how to deal with females, how to talk to them. And I think when somebody has a sister, at least it's a bit easier to understand their mindset as well. I don't know how it is with you.
Yeah. How do I say?
Did you grow up with a sister, or do you have a sister? Or
Yeah, I have a sister, and I grew up with them. So.
And you think it helped you in a way of understanding females better, like female psychology, female mindset?
I really don't know if that affected it, because I don't know how it is without, right? So maybe. Yeah, but some guys, I have friends, my natural friend that I've known from, he always had like girlfriends from like 13. And I just thought, yeah, that's because he has a scooter. That's because he's cool. That's because of this and that, right? But yeah, it was not really because he had a scooter or because he had a cool car later or money or a house or whatever. It was because he had a purpose, because he was always following his own way. He did like the repairing scooters, racing with the scooters around, and he was just did what he liked, and that's why he had always girls, and I never had girls because I also kind of had no purpose. I mean, I think I was a porn addict when I was a teenager, and yeah, that's also a good tip. Don't watch porn.
I mean, I'm still watching, but that's another story.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you can do it, but don't.
But I'm addicted as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, but how, if I would end this video now, and really for guys to really have a conclusion, and how to now, after this video, this long video, okay, we want to have a conclusion, as I said, practical, and we are standing for practical advice you can implement right now. I would say, get yourself as well a purpose in your life, because as Phil said, women are looking for somebody who is ambitious, and has his shit together, or at least he wants to have his shit together. And everything, all your failures with women are not failures because of women. You fail because you don't have your life together, and you still have to deal with insecurities from your past.
Yeah.
And that's why I said get a purpose, which is a purpose which maybe is very, very high up there, and then in between make some short steps.
Yeah. And when you talk to girls and you say, hey, I want to be an investment banker. Hey, I want to be the king of China. Or if you want to be whatever, right? If you want to be a rock star, if you want to have this and that occupation and you're working on it, then this is already attractive to the girl.
Or if you say, for example, I want to lay 100 girls in my whole life, or 200 or 1,000 or whatever.
Yeah.
Then set the steps. Okay, what I have to do, and everything comes with much in investment, and it mustn't be money, but time and effort, really much effort, and many, many fallbacks, many rejections, but everything is a part actually of the learning curve.
Yeah. So just so what your mindset should be, right? Take when you want to learn this, when you want to get better with women, when to date more women, when to be more social, more confident, more everything, then accept your situation right now, whatever it is, no matter your age, because also I think this is for some people maybe something, I'm too old now to get woman, I'm 30.
Yeah.
And that's actually when it gets easier, right? It gets easier the older you get. The girls don't care. They just want to have a real
There's
man.
also some shit fabricated by the media actually out there. They always want to tell men as well, oh, you're reaching your peak in your 20s and then it's going down. No, actually not.
Yeah.
At the end of my 20s, actually with 20, 27, 28, I got the most girls since then, you know. And before that, I didn't get laid at all. So
yeah, and that's what they tell you, and that's what I thought, because I thought if I'm not married by 25,
yeah,
then
your life is
my life
over.
is over, and then I'm a loser.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what they tell you in the mainstream. Yeah, and also don't listen to the mainstream. Whatever's in the news or in the mainstream media or something, do not watch it. It's bad for you, very bad. Make your own opinion and listen to guys that are really successful and that have what you want.
And surround yourself by those guys.
Yeah, exactly. Always successful guys, people that maybe have money, then you also make more money yourself, people that dress well, you can learn from, all of that stuff.
And now you're in the best age because you have, as I said, Facebook groups, YouTube channels, so much stuff to learn from, you know. Use the internet wisely, you know. Don't use people don't use the internet wisely. They Google the fucking shit like, oh Kardashian, who she is fucking with now after Kanye West divorcement or whatever.
Yeah.
But they never use it for really getting knowledge, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's my advice here. Also hit up Phil, hit up me for coaching for people like us who really we live this lifestyle, we live this lifestyle, and we lived also the lifestyle you are having now, the shitty one, and we know what we are talking about.
Yeah, and just make the decision, you become great even if it's harder for you than
yeah
that's what I said. If I'm the most ugly and if I'm the smallest and if I'm not good looking or whatever, I'm just going to work harder than everyone else. And then the girls think, if you're not good looking, the girls even think, who's this guy that he's so confident in coming up and talking to me? Because most guys don't. Most guys don't. And girls love to be approached, my friends.
True.
Right? Anything else to add?
I think I added everything.
Okay, guys, if you have any questions, let us know in the comments. Hit like and subscribe. Follow Patrick on his channels. Follow me. And yeah, be and stay great. Thank you very much for watching.
Bye. Ja, geil, man.